My dad died in pain, and it almost made me realise what I was missing over the years. It definitely changed my life. I was born there. My parents and my brother were Herring, and I grew up in the Herring world. I was very oral. When I was younger, I loved sport. I had a real passion for sport, really competitive. My parents said, why not try tennis? When I first did the tennis, I was quite nervous because it was the first time properly. And also I could see that a lot of them were standing, but I felt a bit like, at the time, I couldn't really understand. And so I said to Mum, please can I go and learn BSL? Definitely my dad identity, and it almost made me realise what I was missing over the years. It definitely changed my life. I think for deaf players, it's a lot more visual. They have to watch, they have to, with a hearing person, they can hear, like, when the ball touches the racket. For a deaf person, they have to watch and see that contact. I'm very lucky because I won 7 nationals England title, 7 doubles and 3 mixed doubles. also got a blonde in Australia, in Melbourne, in 2009. That was in the women's double. And then after that, in 2009, the Olympics was the gold medal. To win a gold medal has to be the sort of pinnacle, and that was definitely the case for me. I think it was in 2001 I met Lewis for the first time. We are definitely both very passionate about tennis. We love what we do. We got married in 2011. We have 2 children. We've got a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old, and they're both deaf as well. When I retired, the job came up for the National Deaf Coach. What that the right thing to do, to apply. It's a way for me to have younger deaf people also have the opportunities that I've had. For me, it's about raising the profile of deaf, like deaf awareness, educating the coaches and the clubs. It's been lovely to be a professional deaf tennis player, and why not? Obviously, watch this space. Deaf tennis has given me my deaf identity. It has given me my family. It has given me everything, really.
Fall back from his destiny. The mighty surge of his achievement will be lost. Should we withdraw in fear from the next step?